Hello and namaste. It's Jewel from Goddess Creative. How you all going today? Okay, I've just got some little updates on my work. So I have one of my really good clients, and who's been asking me to check certain projects over a period of time. Well, really over this last quarter that we've just had. I wanted to give some updates of hits or misses on my work, so I wanted to do that. But one of the big misses that I did have was Bitcoin Cash, because it's gone well over, so far over. It's not funny. So that will be updated. Where is it here? Look, I read so many of them. Yeah, so look, I think I read Bitcoin Cash on the 5th of March, and I had predicted it was going to get to $487 for the first quarter of 2024. Now, as we know, it's gone way over that in first quarter. As I see it's got to around about 680, or as it sits right now today. So that one is definitely, it's in the positive, which is great. It's really good. But I'm just looking at my my readings and trying to understand them more myself, because I have such faith in what Spirit gives me. But I really think it is the timing that I read something is a combination of lots of things that come up. It's the timing that I read something, and if it's going on a tear, because I noticed this with Solana when I tried to read Solana the end of last year and it was going on a tear. It was just hopeless. I couldn't catch its price on it. Went way over. I couldn't catch, like Spirit and I couldn't catch the price. So I'm wanting to, and I do want to say, like in all my guides, so whether it's the digital assets guide that's got prices, I think that one's a bit better, because we're not reading in such a fine timeline. We're reading up. So the first column is to the 30th of September, but I'll update the Bitcoin Cash on there, because for the 30th of, okay, so we're still in the right price range for third quarter of 2024 for Bitcoin Cash, and I've just updated it, because it's also in my quarters pre-reads, Bitcoin Cash. It's in the digital assets guide. It's also in my quarters pre-reads for this client that is invested in it, has me reading it quarterly. So this is more fine-tuning the price and seeing where we're at with it and what, is it going to hit its mark, that kind of thing. So, we're right on target, actually. So we're still right on target for what the digital asset guide, I've got written in the digital asset guide with the latest update. We are right on target for the third quarter of this year. But as I said, I've been reading it in finer timelines, which is even harder. Even though it is 3 months, it's harder, because many of them are going to go on tears. Yeah. Anyway, so I don't need to update that in the digital assets guide because it is correct. Like over by the price that I've got there from first to third quarter, you can increase that by $13, because that's what I checked today. And actually I'll update this for any new reads, and don't worry, it's going to be checked again at the end of May. When I come back from Australia, I'll check this again. So the end of next month. So for fourth quarter, which is Christmas time, New Year 2024, I get Bitcoin Cash's price increasing by, it's 200, yeah. So in the quarters pre-reads, I was reading first quarter, second quarter, third quarter, fourth quarter, and first quarter 2025. Now that we've done first quarter 2024, that anybody who orders a pre-read, that information will be left in there, but I'm now adding on second quarter 2025 as reading the prices there, because that's an interesting time I'm feeling in the market. Second quarter 2025, quite an interesting time. For some, it'll be quite a higher timeline, but for others it will not. It'll just be sideways. So that's what I've been getting. That's what I've been getting with Spirit anyway. So, yeah. So I wanted to update that and let you know that. So let's just have a little look at what are some hits and misses. Predominantly hits, or very close to, in the pre-reads. So I'm adding to the pre-reads as well. If I haven't already added, I may not have, but I'm going to do that. All right, let's also look at Jasmine Coin, because that's one of my pre-reads under quarters. In quarters under pre-reads for first quarter 2024, I had got a predicted price on the, so I read it on the 27th of the 2nd, 27th of February at 0.01, and I said it was going to get to 0.02. On the 28th of February, I said it was going to get to, because I check over a few days, so it can vary in prices, 0.021. That was on the 28th. And it did get a hit on the 4th of March of 0.024. So that was correct. So I'm just looking at my work. I'm not saying that everything is correct, but I'm just looking at my work, trying to understand it myself. You know, it's never going to be spot on. It's just never, it's going to be impossible for it to be spot on, because the timeline's moving and changing, and the prices are constantly moving and changing. On every exchange that you look at, it's different. It's a different, slightly different price. But I refer to CoinGecko to getting my prices. But yeah, that's interesting. Chiba Inu I've got as also quarters pre-reads. I had originally read it the 26th of the 1st. And so the 26th of January, I originally read it. So, and then for the first quarter, I had predicted that it would get to. Now, it gets very tricky reading all these zeros, so understand that, because everything I have to speak to Spirit. It's all spoken. It's all in the spoken word. Okay? So I had got a price of 0.00004. Now, on the 26th of February, Shiba Inu reached 0.000035. So it was close. It's not a hit, but it's close. That's what I say. I know, and that's why I say, if you're going to trade using this, just keep in mind that to do a bit under, of my predicted prices, or, depending, if you look at it, like Bitcoin Cash is way over. I don't know. One of the most important things, as an intuitive and a psychic is to not doubt yourself. So I'm trying not to question or doubt spirit or myself. So that's really important. I'm going through these hits and close twos to help you understand as well. So that's why I'm doing it. So I read Opulus when it was 11 cents. So that's quite a while ago. I don't have a date written here. I have so much scribble, it's not funny. Because that's how I sit in meditation and sit there with paper and channel and scribble and ask, channel, scribble, ask, channel, scribble. So it's quite time consuming, yeah. So anyway, Opulus, I just checked it today, and on the 28th, of March, it got to 0.36. So it's definitely what I had predicted. When it was 11 cents, I had predicted it was getting to 17 cents. And then I had predicted that it would move slower than what I thought it would. So I was very wrong there. I'm going to say I was wrong. Spirit was not. Mainly because I don't want to block what's coming through. And, there's a lot of variables when you do this work. Is it me? Is my vessel clean and clear to receive? Am I stressed out that day? Is something happening? Is something else on my mind? Is the connection clean and clear? So yeah. So anyway, that was certainly an overhit. I would say that. So because it got to 0.36. As we know today, I've just looked at it today, and it's sitting on 0.26 cents, right? So I've just got a new predicted price for it in second quarter, because I've just looked at it today, third quarter, fourth quarter, and first quarter 2025 pretty much remains the same. So it's interesting that a lot of them remain the same further out, but trying to capture them and lock them in, because this is what I'm trying to do, and this is what I'm asking Spirit to do, which is near impossible. Lock it in to a timeline that's constantly moving and changing, is never the same, okay? So I do this because I enjoy building my connection with Spirit, but I also enjoy trying to see, it's interesting. I'm trying to help you guys, the people that request my reads. So yeah, that was definitely an overhit. I do want to say that. With Opulus, I've done BCH. Harmony 1.01. This one's still on track, very much on track if you've ordered the pre-read for it. So I read it at 0.01. I had predicted 0.05 for first quarter 2024. I was out with that because it got to 0.034 on the 15th of March. So I was out with that one. Close, but out. Yeah. So Optimism OP, I just checked this one today. This was interesting. This was a hit for sure. I originally read it on the 21st of February at $3. $3 something. $3.30, $3.80, was it? Yeah, $3.80. I had predicted for the first quarter of 2024 that it would get to $4.50, between $4.50 and $4.82. It did hit that price. It got to $4.69 in that quarter. The highest price in the quarter was $4.69 for Optimism OP. So it's dropped down. Today, as I look at it, it's dropped right down. So this is what I mean. Like, they all have pullbacks. You know, they all can all have quite large pullbacks. So it's interesting that these pullbacks really do set the altcoin back. In this particular timeline, it has set a lot of these altcoins back because we're not even really in the altcoin. We're not in altcoin the bull market really yet. It hasn't really, we're not in that stage really yet. It's coming. So the effect on these, we're going to see them move up a lot greater for second quarter is what I'm getting. So this is just to give you an idea. So second quarter, we're going to see, greater gains than what we have right now. So yeah, for Optimism, that was a hit. Another close hit was SEI, S-E-I. I had originally read this on the 9th of February at 0.67. And I said the highest price that it would get to in first quarter of 2024 would be 0.97. Didn't quite hit that. On the 18th of March, it did get to, so virtually 2 months later it was, well, month and a half later, it got to 0.90, so it got to 90 cents. So I was a bit under there, but close to. So yeah, so like I never do say my prices are exact. I don't know why I get exact prices. I get exact prices when I talk to Spirit. I go to the effort of getting like almost down to the decimal point. Even when it's 0.00952, things like that. I do that. Just trying to get that clarity as much as I can. So, I mean, I do believe my connection with Spirit and this understanding has improved, but I don't understand it myself. Yeah. Okay. So, another one is XCAD. So I had read that on the 29th of January. And on the 29th of January, it was 98 cents. I said in the first quarter of 2024, so that's January, February, March, it would get between $2.75 and $3.15. It actually got to, on the 14th of March, it got to $2.32 is what I got. So it's a bit out, but it's close. It's nice, to know that they're getting close. Another one is Siren, S-I. This one I read on the 4th of February at 0.06. The 4th of February it was. I don't know what it is today. But I had said it was going to get to 0.098 as its highest price for the first quarter of 2024. I confirmed that it's on the 15th of March, it got to 0.093. So it was 5 points under my predicted price. So mine and Spirit's predicted price. So yeah, that's interesting. I can clearly see as we look at second quarter, third quarter, and fourth quarter, they're going to do so much better. All these altcoins will do so much better. And, so it is interesting to go back, and it is important that I sort of check these things. Another one that I also looked at that was out. So I originally read this that's Blur, BLUR. I originally read it at 0.67. I'd said it was going to get to $1 in first quarter 2024. On the 25th of the 2nd, it only got to 80 cents. So that one was out. But it's got some really good multiples coming up, which is nice to see. But it does need to be checked again. It depends, because I read so many of them. Depends how often I check them too. I don't know until I check them. They're brought to my attention again. This one was another one that was out, is Fella Network. I had originally read this at 0.17, so 17 cents. First quarter, I'd said the highest price it was going to get to was 0.24, 24 cents. It actually got to 34 cents on the 21st of March, so well over my predicted price. But it's nice to see it's, navigating up. Got some good prices for that one coming up. Another one I like, got some good prices coming for, which actually hit on, is the lithium, AGI. I had originally read that at 27 cents. Yeah, I read it at 27, and I had predicted that initially I got it at getting to 35, then I got it getting to 58 cents. And as we know, on the 11th of March, it got to 57 cents. So it's pretty much hit right on for the first quarter my prediction. So yeah, I'm not sure if this one is up on the pre-reads, but it will be on the pre-reads if you want to know the prices for the rest of the year. So I find that really interesting. By no means am I saying that I am 100% accurate. No psychic or intuitive is 100% accurate. It's impossible to do what I do and read in timelines and try and get exact prices. Just not going to happen. So any of you that have purchased my work or are thinking that's what I'm doing, I'm not. I'm trying to help you get the feeling and the energy of projects and around about what they're going to get to in a certain timeline. So it should be helpful. I'm hoping this is helpful. Yeah. So that's what I'm doing. Look, I often doubt myself, but as I said, it's really important. I know in my consciousness, my wisdom, from my knowledge that I've, how long I've been doing this work, it is incredibly important not to doubt oneself as an intuitive, because it just blocks the energy. And I don't want to doubt myself. I don't want to doubt spirit. So it's really important to keep the flow of this energy and this connection that I have open. So but at the same time, in my human mind, when I sit, and I'm majority of the time I don't sit in human mind logic, not like you guys do, because you guys often email me and ask me questions, and then I've got to take it from the perspective of the logical human mind thinking, which is so far removed from when I do this work. It's just doesn't work like that. But anyway, sometimes I get frustrated with the information that I get, but it doesn't serve me to do that. And so for one of those was a project that is in my new multiples report. So I need to give a warning there, because not that the multiples are wrong, because they're not. I have read this project yearly, and I just sent the coin requester an update, because he actually requested this project, and the project is Pepe, right? He asked a yearly read, but the yearly read is, and I'm going to release this video particularly to the members. I'll release this video to members area today. But I'm talking and I'm saying this regarding Pepe because not all multiples in my multiples report are going to skyrocket high when you think they are. Some will be later and some will be earlier. Okay, so I want to say that. So the reading that I've done for Pepe is a yearly reading up to 2026. So it will seem quite, the energy will seem more on the negative side, because that's what I got when I read that. And I mean, I read that a couple of weeks ago, this reading, or a week and a bit ago, was the coin request. So yearly long term, this one I don't get is, and particularly you'll see this in the tarot read, I don't see this is great long term. And you know how I feel about meme coins. They're incredibly risky. I need to repeat that. To guys that are in it for a quick buck, there's no definites, there's no definites. It's really like gambling, particularly in memes. It is really like gambling. I don't feel the same way when I'm reading really good AI projects, or, really good use case projects or things like that. I feel differently. So I'm going to read some real world assets soon. I'll probably look at those tomorrow, maybe, if I have time. I just wanted to mention, about this Pepe. So it will do some good runs this year, is what I'm getting. It is in the multiples report if you were interested. But I consider it incredibly risky, and it's risky, and I can feel it in the energy when I read it. And it's also it just doesn't feel as good. That's all I'm saying. But it's not to say that it's not going to make great multiples. So when you hear this, when I finally release to the public, which will be not today, I'm releasing this video to the members area, you might seem that this video is negative. It's because Pepe was requested in yearly, not quarterly, right? It's different in quarterly, okay? And the reading is different in quarterly than it is in yearly, because, and this is exactly the tiny definition, the things that you talk to spirit, and this is what I say when I say, if I ask a spirit if something's a good investment, right, and I have asked that for meme coins, in what context is it a good investment is another thing, Is it a good investment right now? Is it a good investment next year? Is it a good investment in 2026? So is it a good investment is an overall, quite a complicated and big question to ask, because spirit just doesn't think like us. So the energy and what is given is yes or no answers, is what I get, because I use divination. And it sometimes can be maybes and a bit conflicting, and that's why I don't feel as confident with the energy. And so that is the case with this a few of these meme coins. I do feel that energy. So so that's why I want to say, take care. If you're investing in memes and you want to do a testing thing to see if you can roll one into the other, then sure, absolutely. Try that out, and you can do that with my multiples report. But understand if it's in meme coins, it's quite risky, and I say that, so there's never any guarantees. Nothing's ever set in stone, and it's very much, every timeline, it's constantly moving and changing. Prices on different on so many different exchanges, prices moving and changing like every second, every minute. It is by the charts. So yeah. That's why we've got to, please do allow for these variables around my predicted prices. So I do want to say that. Okay, I've got the multiple up until the 30th of June. So this gives us a lot of lovely time for that multiple to unfold. It's virtually being only the 5th of April today. The beginning of the quarter, so that gives this energy and this multiple time for movement, so that's really good. And then I've got the next multiple to the 30th of September, then the 31st of December, and then the multiple for the whole year of 2025. So that's why this one is interesting and feeling good about the multiples report. As I said, the digital assets guide, don't forget that one. That one I feel is really good because it allows for this hypes, right? Because the reading is till the 30th of September. The first column is to the 30th of September, and then the second column is the run time, which is to the 31st of December and the first quarter of 2025, which I consider a run time. So it's got these columns, and then it's got a 2025 column, high and low, and then a 2026 column. So this allows for the expansion. We love this. We love this. We love expansion. Spirit and I love expansion. It allows for the unfolding. It's not trying to squish anything into a timeline. It allows for the unfolding and allows for the energy. And things will move and go on go on runs. That's what happens. So we allow for the expansion and the movement more. Okay. All right. Probably rattled on long enough again. Okay, I just wanted to give this today and give the information about this, particularly before I release the peppy video to my members area, and then it'll go public a bit after that. Just to try and help people understand my work. I have trouble, as I said, understanding my work, but I have to have faith in it. As an intuitive, as a psychic, I have to have faith in my work. So obviously there's a lot of you that are following my work for a reason, and I have a lot of you regular clients come back and repurchase different things. And some of you send me lovely emails, and I really wanted to... Okay, I just wanted to do a big shout out to TD, all right? So TD had been watching my work since 2020, and they said that they sent me a really lovely, encouraging email saying that they found my insights and information quite accurate so far. So that was beautiful, and I thank you. I thank you so much for following my work and having the belief in not only myself but spirit as well, because that's really important. It's just as much your own accountability in your own spiritual connection that will uplift you or not. So, yeah, I just want to say that. To have you be on the right side of the market at the right timing and buy at the right, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, so I just wanted to say it was encouraging. It's encouraging when I get these emails or I get these messages that people are following me, they believe in me, because I, like I said, doubt myself or sometimes get frustrated with what Spirit gives me, but that doesn't serve me. I understand that that doesn't serve me as an intuitive, a psychic, to be like that, to block energy. So just wanted to thank you for your encouragement. So yeah, thank you to all my followers. Thank you to the returning clients that are with me now in 2024, that have been following me for a really long time, that believe in what I'm getting from Spirit. So yeah, I mean, yes, you have to believe in me, but it's what I'm getting for Spirit is what I'm giving you, and it's honestly not always right, but I'm trying my best to get it be, in the higher, it'll never be 100%, but the higher percentage of accuracy as I can, to help guide you and uplift us on this journey. That's all we can do. Okay. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Rattled on long enough. With so much love and appreciation always to you, the watcher, whether you're the new person here, whether you're continually here supporting me, and I know many of you are, so I really do appreciate that. You constantly do come back in. You constantly repurchasing my work and my updates, and I really do appreciate that. And finally, I do want to say so much love and appreciation and thank you to Spirit, my guides, everybody that comes forth and helps uplift us as a whole, because we are all a whole. We're all one. We are all, it's just, it really is just some of us blocking off the energy or not. So it's pretty, simple as that. Okay. Love and appreciation. Namaste.